Hello, hello, beloved beings, beloved beings. Hola, hola, buenas tardes. I'm so grateful to serve, share, and shine with you. I rarely come on in the evening and in the afternoon, but I was so inspired to share some insight and love with you, and so I wanted to pop on. It's 555 where I am, so wherever you are, I hope you're feeling the energy and the love. So, one of the first things I wanted to share with you, and then I've got something very special for you. One of the first things I wanted to share with you, hello, beloved Alexi, I see you. Hey, Tisha, I see you. So, one of the first things I wanted to share with you is now that we're in the middle of, actually, not even in the middle, we're in the first week of this Mercury retrograde, what feelings are coming up? Hey, Bridget, what energy, what healing is being called forth. Many of us are recognizing, hey, APUFO, I see you, are being called to examine our spiritual selves, to look deeper at our spiritual connection, our practice, and who we are, and how did we get here, and all of that. And so, one of the things I want to share with you is to ask yourself this question, because we are moving into a new moon during the Mercury retrograde on Sunday. So, ask yourself this question: whose expectations are you living? Many of us don't realize that we're living expectations that were put on us in a past life. And I'm not saying a past life, not in this body. What I'm saying is before we were who we are today. So many of us have these expectations of what our parents wanted, what a spouse wanted, what somebody else wanted, even what we used to want. But ask yourself, what are you expecting of yourself now? Many of us have these old versions of ourselves that we keep clinging to. And this is why it feels so difficult sometimes in a Mercury retrograde, because we're trying to repeat or we're trying to live up to this old standard. But how about allowing yourself to be where you are? How about allowing yourself to just tune in and turn on where you are right now? And allowing yourself to, instead of expecting, allow yourself to really align with it. That's what this Mercury retrograde is teaching us, how to align, not how to, project, but how to align. And many of us are out of alignment with ourselves because we're living these past stories. And one of the biggest stories that we hold against ourselves is shoulda, woulda, coulda. We hold these old stories to ourselves of, oh, I was supposed to do this, I shoulda did this. And guess what, guys? The past is done. This Mercury retrograde, more than any other time, is teaching us to let go. We cannot change the past. So what are you calling forth? What are you aligning with in the future? Those expectations are based on the past. And many of us keep trying to get there, keep trying to get there. And guess what? It won't happen because we can't go backwards, and we can't take our new self, who we are today, into an old situation. And so, one of the places where we have a lot of trauma and a lot of issue around this is our finances. Many, many, many of us have so many different stories around our finances, and it's so important that we allow ourselves to have a new story, to have a new experience, and have a new opportunity to do it again, to choose again. And so I've been challenged to create an abundance group. And so this is absolutely 100% out of gratitude and love. And so if you are interested, I don't even know how it's going to work, what it's going to do, but please join our community right now. The link is in bio, and stay tuned for our abundance group. And so for 21 days, which is probably the rest of this Mercury retrograde, and probably, yeah, it actually is. The rest of this Mercury retrograde, we're going to create our own abundance. We're going to create something amazing for ourselves. And so I want you to be in alignment with this. I want you to really, if this is something you want to get on board with, because the abundance is not just about our money. And this is where many of us get caught up. This is where many of us get caught off. cut off. We cut ourselves off because we think abundance is about money. You know, these trees, these leaves, this is abundance. This breath is abundant. Our heartbeat is abundant. And we get so caught up in thinking abundance is just about money. And so we have to recognize that abundance truly is all around us. And so if this is something that you're interested in, please don't send me a DM. Sign up in for our community. If you're already signed up for our community, we'll be sending out a special message to make sure that everybody gets in our abundance group. And I'll probably end up doing something on Facebook. I'm not quite sure yet. I was just challenged. And so I wanted to bring it to you because it's in my heart to support you. And if I'm doing it myself and someone is sharing it with me, I want to share it with you, my beloved community. And so if you are ready to align and really truly ready to bring abundance in all ways, again, this is not just about money. If you want abundant health, if you want abundant peace, if you want abundant, beauty, if you want abundant gratitude, if you want abundant whatever, there is an abundance in the universe. We see it. We see it all the time. We see the birds. There's an abundance of birds. There's an abundance of leaves. There's abundance of air. There's an abundance of the sun. There's an abundance of the moon. There's an abundance of days. But we cut ourselves off. Again, this is about our expectations. And so stay tuned. Stay tuned. If you want to sign up, please join our community. Send me some hearts. You can even make some comments here. We'll make sure we go back through them so we can get everybody in. And stay tuned. I will find out a way to create this amazing group so we can get in and get started right away. Because guess what? When we let this go, what is going to be and what's going to be coming? Abundance. When we let go of the past, what we're doing is then allowing our abundance to come through. So I'm going to make a post. Make sure that you go ahead and I will make a post after this, and this will be where you can make a comment, say I'm in, sign up for the community. That way we have your email so you can get all of the details, and we are going to kick it off as soon as possible, because guess what? I would like an abundance. The reason I moved down here, so many people, I want to address this question. So many people ask me and talk about, oh, you live in Mexico, it's the third world country, isn't it wild, isn't it crazy down there, isn't it dangerous? Absolutely not. First of all, it was a personal decision to live in Mexico. I've lived all over the world. I've lived in Europe. I've lived in Costa Rica. I've lived in Spain, and when I came here, I absolutely fell in love with the people, my husband, with the energy, with the mountains, with the sunshine. There was an abundance of just so good energy here. And that's why I'm here. And so what did I give up? I gave up stress. I gave up the experience of the gaze, if you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I gave up some things so I could have my inner peace. And sure, the peso is less than the dollar, but guess what? I don't have any debt. I don't have any fear that I can't take care of myself or my family. I live in peace. I live in grace. I live in gratitude. And it doesn't even have anything to do with money, because here, actually, I do feel more prosperous and I do feel more generous because it's not something that I'm worried about. And I live within my means. I don't have a car. We don't have credit cards. We're not trying to buy things. Things here in Mexico, people live very simply. And I know in all of our brown countries, actually, we all live a much simpler and happier life. It's the United States that's got everybody caught up. You need a job, you need a car, you need this, you need the new phone, you need earbuds, you need this and that. We need to get over ourselves and start look at how our brothers and sisters in every brown country live a simple, happy, and peaceful life. We have been taught something and conditioned something completely different. And this is why so many of us struggle, because because in the United States, you are living in a system that does not support you. Look at Africa. Look at here in Mexico. Look at South America. Every brown country lives within their means. They live a simpler life. there is a rat race in the United States, and it is a race that you will never win. And so this is why I am, this is a challenge for me to do this, but I'm willing and I'm ready, because guess what? When I have my abundance for myself, I'm praying for your abundance. And so when we start praying for each other's abundance, don't we create more of that? And so I'm willing and ready to create more of that with each and every one of you. So stay tuned for my next post. Make sure you sign up for our community and get ready to be abundant in every single way that you can. I send you so much love and light from my heart to yours, beloved. And until next time, peace and blessings.